questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming on Utd diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch along, still the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South, they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Yes, guys. How's it going? Oh, I can hear myself. Is it? I think it's bots. Can you mute yourself quick?
Let me just exit and come back in. 1 second.
All right, but anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us today. This is the Manchester United preview. As always, I'm joined here with Rich. How is it going?
Yeah, I'm good. Fresh off my so-called holiday in Gambia. I'm blessed, man. Hope everyone's well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it sounds like you're in IKEA, mate. What are you doing?
I can't say it's peak. It's around.
It's a long day, yeah.
Echo still? Is there an echo still?
It's long.
Mate, good bots.
Long
He's still
day.
repping the hat, though. He's still repping the hat, though.
All day, every day.
Hey, Rich, don't forget to get some meatballs. Huh?
Hey, yo, no Diddy, yeah?
No Diddy.
Hey,
yo.
Hey, but the guy who's just said the madness, big up yourself, CM. How does it feel to listen to your own voice in the intro?
It's always strange, you know. It's always strange, but thank you guys for the opportunity every time, and it was fun. JC, we had a rap battle a while back. That was a nice bit of fun, but I'll slide past that because the result was a different result. Yeah. But no, man, it's good to be back here.
You're speaking to the champ.
Speaking of rap battles, we have the next one lined up. End of season is coming.
Hey.
Mr. Football Power Hour versus Tariq Talks.
No. Hey, boss, I know you was doing up album settings not long ago. Don't disappoint.
Yo, I will not disappoint, bro. I'm ready.
And for the record, yeah, Eddie bottled it because he knew what was coming his way, boy. He knew the end of the chat was coming.
Anyway, bots, how's it going, man?
Oh man, I'm feeling good, man. It's a Friday vibe, you know. I'm happy, but also nervous a little bit about this weekend. But for the most part, I'm great. You know, happy to be here.
Cool, man. Well, it was supposed to be kind of a 2 versus 2, innit? Like 2 Man U, 2 Palace. But you know, let's go straight into it. We'll start off with Man United and CM. You man have got quite a few injuries.
Yes.
To read them from PremierLeagueInjuries.com, Malacia, Martinez, Varane, Shaw, Rashford, Martial, Lindelof, Evans, McTominay, and Bruno Fernandes. But I've heard he's playing though, no?
You know what? He's a guy that even... This is the same Bruno Fernandes where I think a day before a game, or at least a week before a game, we saw him in a walking boot. And then he played on the weekend. So I don't trust anything when it comes to Bruno Fernandes and injuries.
As long as he can walk, you pretty much just feeling like, you know, he's gonna play. As long as he can walk and he's got his 2 feet, I think he's gonna play. Especially because the Ruman question is on his hand. You know, apparently he has a broken hand, but he has a cast over it. So I'm expecting Bruno to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to affect you guys at all? Because, like, your late form, it hasn't actually been the best, has it? Like, obviously, you beat Sheffield, which is something that I would say, as an outsider, Man United should be beating them anyway. But the Burnley game, the Bournemouth game, the Brentford game, I would probably say that those are games that you guys have dropped points there. What is it? Is it the players or is it Ten Hag?
You saying what? You wanna say?
Combination of both, JC. I feel like obviously Ten Hag has his plan in mind, and I think he gave a very insightful interview with Gary Neville just lately. And the thing about it is, the players, you can tell that they're not capable to carry out the instructions that he asks of them. But it's also the duty of the manager to know the limitations of the players and to also just set the team up in a way that you can still have your principles and have some of your vision for how you want to play, but also still minimize the deficiencies of each player. So it's a combination of both. By what degree, I'm not going to get into that. I'll let CM cover on that and be like, maybe 50%, 60% this, 40% that. But I feel like, also we cannot shy away from the fact that we've had crazy injuries. Like, it's never just like an easy excuse, but at the same time, it's our reality. Manchester United has been struggling, about 30 center-back partnerships or something like that this season. That's just unheard of, So JC, like off the ball, were really vulnerable. And that is why now when I think about your team and our team, we will really be really be setting ourselves up for failure if we have players like, say, Christian Eriksen playing on a 1v1 situation versus Olise. Olise is just going to walk past him, So part of Ten Hag's job is to realize how do you minimize those situations, and also the players as well on the pitch, as I mentioned at the beginning. So, well, yeah. I'll pass it over to you or CM.
Man, I agree with a lot of what he's saying, man. This is the entirety of this season. It has been kind of like a wrestling match where one side has been saying it's the manager's fault, one side has been saying it's the players, and I do agree that everybody has a contribution to the failures that we've seen on the football pitch this season. When you look at the manager, you look at his failures to adapt from game to game, in between games as well. His inability to do that and kind of read the room and understand, well, we have injuries for sure. So you may need to tweak your style of play in certain matchups to try and try and gain an advantage, which I don't think we do a lot of the time. A lot of the time, whether it's a Burnley or a Manchester City going up against us, they will be guaranteed to get a lot of chances. I think we conceded the most shots on goal, at least in 2024 in the Premier League. And that is no surprise when you watch Manchester United week in, week out. We're extremely open due to the way that we build up. We're inefficient in possession, so that just gives our opposition plenty of opportunities to snatch the ball back and go in transition.
Yeah, when we was doing, so we normally do a tactic show called Tactigo on a Wednesday. And Dan, who is our resident stat man, let's say, he said that in almost every single defensive stat, Man United were bottom 6 in the whole Premier League in every single stat, like clearances, penalties committed, stuff like that. Does that surprise you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Just like, I know Butts is nodding his head there, but seriously, watching this team week in, week out, it can be a chore to a lot of people. I know I watch the game with my mum every week, and she ends every game feeling like she doesn't want to watch another one for the rest of the season, and she still finds her way back the next game. It's an abusive relationship sometimes, but literally defensively.
I see. You know what they say about abusive relationships? You gotta leave. Maybe you should start supporting the local. Come over to the red and blue side.
Oh no.
Rich, I don't know about you, but I don't want no eBay fans, no secondhand fans. Can't be doing that, man.
Fairs, man, fairs.
But one thing I have noticed about, like, I guess fans
JC,
of bigger clubs. Yeah, what's up, boss?
Can I piggyback onto what CM says? It also, like, because the question you asked is like, why are we so fragile, defensively? It also goes back to the thing about the demands for the players in possession ends up making them really look bad off possession. We've had so many cutback goals conceded. We've had so many moments where, we just have the donut formation. It feels like the midfield is just sort of like open. You can park a plane, you can park 3 double-decker buses in there, and without a problem. So it all just boils down to getting that balance right between what he's asking of the players offensively and also defensively, because we've played Marcus Rashford quite a lot this season, and we all know that Marcus Rashford and tracking back is like water and oil, and so obviously that makes us a little bit fragile, a lot fragile defensively. And then from there, Garnacho, he's been overworked. So it just makes it easy for a team that is able to make those direct passes through the lines to just pretty much just get that ball to their opposition player, and they'll find themselves 1v1 versus our center back. And then, all you have to do is just dribble that guy, and then it's a goal. So Mateta scares me. Your whole offensive line scares me, JC and Rich. Yeah.
I think one thing I'd like to ask is, obviously this is a pretty bad season for you guys, I'd say, right? But if you guys go and win the FA Cup, does that make the season go all right, or is it still big problems at Man United even if you win that cup?
I will say no in terms of changing the perspective on the season. I think winning a trophy ultimately is always a positive for a football club. It was like how it's true. It was like winning the Carabao Cup. There was a much different perspective on how that season was because of the run that we went on after the World Cup. Whereas this season, we just haven't been able to find a single ounce of form in consecutive games. And also there was an expectation to see a development in the way that we played. Not necessarily being a dominant side against many teams or every single team in the Premier League and being up there and competing for a title or anything like that. But as a minimum, at least showcase a development in the way you want to play football. And I do understand there are players from many different regimes that will kind of clash in a negative way and will kind of be counterproductive to how you want to implement certain styles. But I just think this season, again, going back to that point where I said at the beginning, Ten Hag kind of failing to adapt to the situations that he's being dealt with. That's been the most disappointing thing in watching Manchester United this season. So going back on the FA Cup, whether we win it or not, of course it would be great to win the trophy, but then the focus quick goes on next season, the summer and next season, and how everything's going to be executed in between that time frame.
100%. Boss, how do you fix Man United next season?
The lesson we've learned this season is that we know that injuries happen. Injuries are part of the game, but you have to get players that are obviously going to make sure that if you have a player, an integral player like, say, Lisandro Martinez injured, the drop-off in quality is not as drastic. There's only one Lisandro Martinez in the world, but you can still find a profile of a player that still allows you to play from the back and still allows you to have that those line breaking passes. Because at the same time, we saw that, as I mentioned, the donut formation is because the upper part of the donut is there engaging with the opposition's defensive line, but they're not getting the ball. And what are you going to do if you can't find a defensive player that can make those line breaking passes and actually give us that ability to be more direct? So first step is better recruitment, making sure that you're getting players that complement where you're trying to build as a team. So I think that has to be the first priority. And then also the second thing is clearing out the deadwood. The deadwood is the players, not because they're dead per se, it's because they just don't fit the bill in terms of where we're trying to go now as a team. So we bought Onana, who's supposed to be good at playing out from the back, but we haven't really seen us play really well playing out from the back since preseason. I haven't seen us really commit to it. We've had moments where we sometimes do it, but also we just haven't taken on advantage of Onana's ability and what we bought him for. So he's just has been so unfortunate to face whatever the 600 shots that he's faced, and it's just part and parcel of us having the wrong personnel whenever we're struck with injuries. So I'd like us to see center backs that are really, really, really good at playing out from the back, and obviously very good technically, and do not look shaky like the bouncers that we have in our team right now. You know.
Can I pick up on something that you've both mentioned?
Yeah.
First box, you were talking about Rashford and the fact that you feel like he's been overworked. As an outsider looking in, obviously you're going to know your players and your club better. Don't you find that as a bit of a cop-out? Because I think the basics is you just work hard for your team, regardless of form. And he doesn't do it. Like, there's many a clip where a player can just stroll past him and he's not really trying to, like, track back, you know? So that's to you, Bots. And to you, CM, you mentioned about the fact that the drop-off, was it UCM or Bots was saying that the drop-off? I look at Oliver Glasner, and he's had Nathaniel Klein and Joe Ward playing next to Anderson of recent and not look out of place. So isn't it down to the coach to get the best out of whatever player's there? So it's kind of like a two-part question.
I'll take the first part and see you take the second part, even though
the easy part.
Yeah. So okay, on the I don't view it as a cop-out, Rich. A cop-out is something that I feel like it's an oversimplification of it. Let's look at Marcus Rashford. Obviously, last season he had a very good season, one of, I guess, his career best season, and that was also part and parcel because he was playing for a contract, right? He's just fairly renewed. He's renewed his contract fairly recently, and part of, I believe, I'm speculating now, I believe that part of that renewal of the contract had a stipulation on the number of minutes or appearances that he's supposed to have. And Ten Hag is suffering from that. And that is beyond Ten Hag's problem. It's more like the structural organization that allowed that situation to happen. It's not the first time when a player says, hey, I'm going to be one of your indispensable players. I need to be guaranteed X amount of minutes. Partially, if you listen to that interview, I think Ole was mentioning about how it did not work out when, Jude Bellingham was kind of, before he got to Real Madrid, he was like, he needed to be guaranteed X amount of minutes. And as a manager, he just couldn't say, Jude, you're going to get these minutes. And guess what? Real Madrid was smart enough to be like, all right, even though we are the Galacticos and we have to manage, like, how these Galacticos get minutes, we're still going to be fine signing Jude Bellingham. And they probably, agreed to the minutes that his agent was asking. So I believe we're struggling. Marcus Rashford is part of that reason why I was struggling, is because, he has a number of minutes that he's been asked or promised per contract. And even Ten Hag even went to the point of saying, I had never heard a manager back a player to this extent, where he was like, hey, even though he's not in form, I'll still play him until he picks up form. That was, for me, just like mind-boggling to hear. And I thought, you know what? If you look beyond the situation, from the surface, you can say Ten Hag is doing the wrong thing by rewarding players that are not performing. But at the same time, he has to structurally abide to some rules. And that was partially my speculation on that situation. CM, passing the ball to you, man.
I agreed with Rich on the second part. I think, obviously, a lot of teams in the Premier League have dealt with injuries this season. Missing players, whether it be in suspension, injury, and so forth. And I think the job of both the players that remain and have the opportunity to go into that team, and also the coach, is to put them in the position to want to prove a point. A lot of the time we always speak about players that are on the bench that haven't really been getting a lot of opportunities. Well, what are you going to do when you eventually get the chance? And I think a part of it, I will say, is from a coaching perspective, you're overcomplicating things, because you go on the football pitch and you see how certain things are executed. We're seeing Wan-Bissaka at left back. We're seeing chopping and changes in the midfield. Specific players that are out of form and clearly need to be dropped out of the team, still being persistent, as Bots was saying. things are being overcomplicated, and I understand the manager will trust certain guys and will hope that that trust will eventually pay off, but it hasn't paid off at all this season. So ultimately, you need to give people the opportunity to play and get their match sharpness up. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to take advantage of their skill sets. And I think that's where the manager and his coaching staff especially has gone wrong in this moment with the current crop of players you do have, whether they're good enough or not.
I feel like there's also another part of that I don't know, I'm probably going to sound like I'm backing what CM's saying a bit more here, but all the Palace players are all on a new manager bounce, whether we like it or not. They're all playing for their spot in the team, aren't they? Like Klein and Ward, granted, they're probably not Premier League. They're probably not Premier League quality, even though they've been playing at a Premier League level. But both of them are out of contract. They want to play another season in the Premier League. Now that Glasner's kept us safe, everyone wants to play good. Everyone wants to be in his plans. Whereas if you look to a month ago, where we was under Roy Hodgson, we was playing very similar to Man United, weren't we? All the players looked like they didn't care. They were sort of just poodling around and they had nothing to play for, really. But now they've got a new guy in that they need to prove themselves to. So I'd sort of say that's the situation I think that Man United is in, looking as an outsider looking in. But with what Bot said, that you got a donut as your playing style, there's a midfield battle that I really want to talk about. Who goes to the Euros, Adam Wharton or Kobe Mainoo?
Hey, JC, I can't wait to watch this midfield battle. It's going to be crazy.
In my opinion, I know who's clear, but we're going to let the Man United boys talk first.
You know what? I'll take them both.
Oh man,
I'll take them both.
Yeah, I mean, players. I have to admit,
they're both with players with a lot of potential. But I feel like Kobe Mainoo needs to be at the Euros, not necessarily to be able to like start or anything, but it's just part of the development of a youth player, and in seeing what it's like being at an international tournament, and also sort of like like training with the first team, and just being involved in that ambience can only help you grow in terms of a player gaining experience. Because the next time when he's really, I guess maybe the next World Cup, maybe that's when maybe Kobe Mainoo can be called in a little bit more. But I would go with Kobe Mainoo being in that plane to go to the Euros. That's my answer to that. I don't know how CM feels about it. Some people feel like it's a little bit too much too soon. He has to just take his time and grow first, and even recover, especially during the summer. It's time for him to just like rest and let his muscles grow. But I don't know where you at, CM, with it.
I think that's the protectiveness, especially the overprotectiveness of our fan base on the youngsters, mixed in with the amount of football games that are getting thrown upon, especially high-level football. Of course, you would want him to go there, and he would be in the role of what we saw kind of with a lot of the young players throughout the years, even Adam Wharton to a certain extent, just going there, being able to experience what being in those conditions are, because an international competition is a special experience to go through, whether you're a fan or a player. I could only imagine being on the bench as a player on a football pitch, with the different environments, the different fan bases, and how they react to you. So, to be honest, I'm not even taking this as a 1v1 thing. I think when I look at both sets of players and the promise that they possess, the only way you can keep the ambition, keep the enthusiasm for the game in young players is by showing them that there's always a level to go up into, and you have to keep them motivated that way.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. For me personally, I think I would like to take them both, but I do think on a level that Adam Wharton is probably the one that is more likely to get that plane ticket, because to me he seems more of a direct replacement to Declan Rice, because we don't actually have anyone that we can sub Rice off for to come on and do a similar job in defensive midfield. There's no one that's English that I can remember off the top of my head that's the same level as Adam Wharton, like maybe even younger or older than him. I don't think there's anyone of that kind of level that can play that 6 role as well as Adam Wharton can do. I feel like Mainoo's more of a number 8. Like he's probably competing with more Conor Gallagher rather than someone else. So I think that if the time's right and Southgate finally decides to get rid of Henderson, I feel like Adam Wharton's probably the perfect guy to come in, because then you can actually rest Rice and maybe get a little bit further into the tournament.
What does Jordan Henderson bring? I just don't understand what he brings at this point.
He brings the vibes.
He's a vibe merchant.
That's Southgate heritage.
Yeah, passion merchant. That's all it is.
It's crazy to think about it. But I what you just said, JC, reminded me or made me think of like I'm actually curious how from your perspective, you, JC, and Rich, like these guys have been asking us questions, CM, and I'm curious who are the players where's the danger going to be from your opinion, JC, for us? Like which players should we be scared of? And colors like lineup,
If I'm honest,
yeah,
the form that we're on, I think you should be afraid of everyone, because everyone at the moment is playing out of their skin. Like Will Hughes, someone who got relegated with Watford, who didn't want to play for them in the Championship, who treated him badly, came to Palace. He did all right, but now that Decore is injured, now that Lerma's injured, but Lerma's back this game actually, him and Adam Wharton, our new formation only plays 2 in midfield. So we're already down a man in midfield. But if you man are in a donut formation, we've got 2 more man than you. So that's all good for us. But somehow, Will Hughes has just got a new lease of life. He seems to be passing the ball. He's recycling the ball like Busquets. He's doing a madness. And he's nowhere near that level at the moment. But he's playing at that level where he's my bad, y'all. But someone like Will Hughes is just playing out of his skin at the moment, and that's just someone that you need. That's a bit underrated. You wouldn't expect it, but if you want me to list off the main ones, Eze, Elise, and JP Mateta, those 3 guys are on fire, and in this new formation that Glasner plays, those 3 are so tightly knit and they all move around together. You've seen it in the highlights when we smashed West Ham. You've seen it when we beat Liverpool. We're playing some serious football with these guys. New formation. We've got a new right back, or he's not even a right back. He's more like another winger who can help Elise. Elise can cut inside and he'll still go down the outside. We've got so much attacking talent at the moment and just a lot of confidence in the team. So if I'm here to tell you who to be afraid of, I'd say the main thing to be afraid of is the fact that Mark Gay is fit again to play in this game. So potentially we could have a fully fit centre-back partnership or trio.
For me,
also Henderson's got a bit of a grudge against you guys, so I reckon he'll do well.
Good point. For me personally, the player you need to be wary of on Monday night is Onana.
Why is that?
Say that again, Rich. Did I hear you properly?
Hey, you asked me, you got to be wary of. It's your goalkeeper.
Rich, I would disagree with you. He's doing good saves lately. I can't lie.
Listen,
he's been one of Man United's better players.
Listen, I'm just hoping I hope he just takes up Mateta in the box for no reason.
He only does it against yellow shirts, so I think we're all right.
Except for the clotheslines, he's been saving us in a lot of different moments, crucial moments. When you move on, since he came back from AFCON, he seemed to have adopted a different mindset. It always takes a while for goalkeepers to settle for some reason at Manchester United, and I think naturally that happened to him, especially after making tough mistake after mistake in the Champions League, in the Premier League as well. He's really come a long way since then. Yeah. Less of the clotheslines though, the reckless jumping in the box.
Onana, punching Mateta, we will be there. We will be there.
No.
The thing is, though, if you get close to Mateta, his head will shine in your eyes. You'll just miss it anyway. His head's shining, boy. You see that?
Hey, that's not the only thing that's shining. He's getting his boots shined right now because he is in the form of his life as a Crystal Palace player.
If you, man, are doing looking at the player of the month, vote Mateta, because that would just be funny. You have to vote Mateta.
That is hilarious. Another Crystal Palace like thing that I was just wondering right now is how many is Olise and what's his name, Eze? Do they usually always start together at the same time? Like that combination feels like it's rare to happen, right? Or am I not watching Palace enough? Please.
Normally, what happens is one's injured and the other one plays, and then it will happen the other way around. The other one's injured when the other one plays. So I think we've only actually had about 7 games this season where they've both started. But every single game that they've started together, we've won. And every single game that they've played together, at least one of them has scored and assisted. So when they both start or when they both play together, we're unbelievably attacking. And the numbers just show, really, don't they? Because Elise has hardly played this season and he's scored 7 goals and gotten 5 assists, and I think he's only got like 12 games played this season. So he's playing on an elite level. Like he is going to be one of the best players in the world in the next few years, especially if he gets a move to a big club. And no disrespect to you guys, because I've seen in some rumors that Man United are apparently front runners, even though they haven't even spoken to him, which I don't get how that works. But he cannot go to Man United because I cannot watch you guys kill another one of our wingers. I cannot see it. In my opinion, I think he should stay another year. When Bernardo Silva leaves Man City, go straight there and he'll win everything. And that him at Man City would be incredible.
We're going to pay the release clause. We're going to pay, is it 34 mil or something like that?
Hell no. I got tripled, man. Double tripled.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
yeah. When Chelsea tried to sign him for 35, we slapped him on a new contract the next day. And also, apparently, Glasner's pretty confident that he's going to stay next season. So we could get another year of it.
That's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Sometimes when players make moves too early or even find themselves in the wrong situation, which, like you say, I agree with you on that. Moving to Manchester United at this moment for any young player is almost counterproductive to the progress that you want to make.
Especially in that specific position.
Yeah.
Anthony, dead now. Sancho can't play at Man United, but he can play at Dortmund. Like, those are 2 examples, and they're both big money signings as well, who just haven't done it at Man United.
Exactly. So it will be more so the onus is on us to sort out. Well, Ineos really. The onus is on Ineos to really recapture that culture of being able to bring in players and develop them and make them better. For some reason, for the last decade or so, we've been looking for ready-made players, and they've come in and to be honest, some of them have hit the ground running and then their form has dropped off. Some of them have never been able to hit the form we've dreamt of them making or performing on a consistent basis because of the way the club is set up from top to bottom. So honestly, I do agree with you in the fact where at this moment of time at Manchester United, players are not developed, players are not improved. They only get worse.
Yeah.
And that is, it doesn't matter whether a specific manager is there, specific players are there. It's always that same cycle of regression.
Yeah, because I think there was a time where Man United were trying to buy these young up and coming players, but it just seemed so volatile there that the second it wasn't working, you just got rid of him. Like, one that springs to mind straight away is Dan James. I think he did all right for you guys, but then the second that he had a poor run of form and it was at the end of the season, you guys went, see you later. We'll look for someone that's already made. So you need to stick with these guys sometimes. Like, Elise is going to... I'm going to say this. Elise is injured a hell of a lot. You, man, can't give up on him because he's injured. And... well, he's a very injury-prone player, basically. And I know what Man United is like with all their previous players. The second you get on him, he's not going to play as well as he has been because he's a very much a confidence player. And he's been playing with so much confidence lately, you can see the benefits of it. The second that a big fan base turns against him, he ain't got no loyalties to you. He'll happily leave if he doesn't feel loved there.
You know, for me, somebody like Olise right now, he should have. The only thing that I like that you brought his injury record up. Like I feel like, you know, we would do well. We need a player that's got a little bit of is a little bit more resilient injury wise and also mentality wise. So I don't know if it'll be automatic plug and play, but I love the fact that he's so electric on the ball. He passes the eye test just like that, you know. And
his mentality on the pitch and when training is incredible. Like he does so well in training and whenever he's on the ball or even on the pitch. Like when he got injured the second time, when Roy Hodgson put him on against Brighton, even though he knew he was injured. The second he got on that pitch, he started doing sprints because he wanted to win the game. And unfortunately, that's what got himself injured. But that's the medical team should have never brought him. But that just shows a kind of mentality for him. Mm-hmm. He always wants to do the best.
Yeah. And is he good at free kicks or he was just good at free kicks versus Man United? Like, is this like a trait that he brings?
You'll find out on Monday.
Oh, no.
The thing is, we've got a few free kick takers now.
Yeah.
Eze, Elise, Edouard takes them now. Anderson takes them if they're a little bit further out. So we've got like a good crop of players that take free kicks. But what is next up is we're going to do a combined 11.
Uh-oh.
So here is the team.
Before we get started, JC, I big up to everyone that's watching. Please smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Make sure you subscribe to @CM22 Entertainment and Football Power Hour. What, you still doing your one at 8:30? Yeah.
Yes. Well, actually, I'm co-streaming this preview to my channel as well. There's people that are in the chat already.
Snap.
Yeah. I saw Imran Khan was asking if JC is a Man City fan, and I bet JC did not see that comment. So
no, I'm looking at it right now. I'm a Man City fan.
So if you don't know, Rich and JC are Crystal Palace fans, and you know this is why we're having this conversation. CM, you know very well from he's been on the channel a bunch of times as well as Rich. So subscribe, hit the like button, support all the channels, guys. Yo, let's go, JC, lead the way.
So, combined 11. What we're going to do is we're going to go through. Both the Man United guys are going to pick the team. 2 stipulations for this one.
Super at this moment is so funny. We were stressing.
Man. Those are some dark days. Those are really dark days.
Hey, watching them fan cams at the start of the season, yeah. Roy, I saw the banner, everything.
Banners.
Banners. It's true. I feel sorry for you guys, man. But I don't even know why I'm feeling sorry for people. I should be feeling sorry for myself. Damn it.
Yeah, you should feel sorry for Ten Hag's hairline. But anyway, combined 11 time. 2 stipulations. First one is everyone you pick has to be fit for this game. So you can't pick no one that's injured. Can't pick no one that's suspended. They have to be fit and able to play for this game. The second one is you can't pick a full United team. You have to have at least 3 Palace players in there. Same thing the other way around. You can't have a full Palace team. You have to have at least 3 United players in here. So that's a proper combined 11. Because when we done it against City a few years ago, we had no players. So it weren't really a combined 11, was it? So what we'll do is, CM, what formation would you like?
Let's do a 4-3-3.
Bet. Bots, goalkeeper. Bots, you're injured. I mean, you're injured, you're muted.
Are you?
Obviously, I'm gonna have to go with Onana. I mean, Dean Henderson can take us. He can. Yeah.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
You never know, Nana. What's the argument for Dean Hendo?
The thing is, those two are opposites, you know. Henderson cannot kick the ball, but he can use his hands, whereas Onana's the other way around, isn't he?
There you go.
But yeah.
One is
Onana's
one is
been
white
stopping shots. He's been stopping shots.
I don't know. I would put Onana in over Henderson.
Yes. No United rejects, please. Thank you.
CM, left back.
Tariq Mitchell.
Bots, right back.
I have to go with Dallo.
CM, give me your centre back duo.
I'll give you your Keem Anderson. And some people might laugh at this one, but Harry Maguire.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Are we counting Mark Gay in this because he's fit?
Yeah. He's counted. Let's see. I'm still going with Maguire.
What?
No, we're going through this. Bots, who is your midfield three?
All right. Hughes is good, but I have to go with Kobe Mainoo has to be in that midfield. Bruno has to be in that midfield. And oh man, it's all United for me. It's an all United midfield for me. I'm gonna have to put in Eriksen because Eriksen on his day he can be really, really good, you know, and the passing, you know, both of them are just gonna give us both Eriksen and Bruno. Yes, Rich. Yes. No, put Mainoo a little bit below Eriksen, but yes. On his day,
JC, when we fix this afterwards, we'll send in bots after that. Because
Hey, boss, even I can say Christian Eriksen.
Yeah, but
I know.
Yeah, bots. I'll say this one thing. Yeah, I ain't doing power hour later.
Oh,
This
come on,
is
JC.
outrageous. What is this, man? Come on now. CM, please enlighten me with the front three because this is a dead team.
Bro, it's a Palace front three. Michael Olise, Jean-Philippe Mateta. And you say Eze's fit, slap him in the left.
Yeah, I can't argue with that one. Yeah. Well, you're taking Mateta over Højlund, CM?
Damn right.
Who scored six goals last month?
Current form.
Well,
Current form, yeah.
Rich, let's fix this because this is atrocious. Eriksen,
so can I ask very quickly? Is Garnacho fit?
Garnacho is
he's fit.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, because the midfielders moved already. Right, bin him. That's good.
Oh yeah, bots. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Anyway,
well, let's do a flat three for the midfield.
Flat three, yeah.
Yeah, because I think that would work with these three players. Put Ebbs in there.
Yeah.
Put Garnacho left wing. And put Mark Gay centre back. Now, this Dallo versus Munoz one is interesting.
No, it's not interesting.
No, because you know what? I have to say, Dallo's played well this season.
Yeah, he's played well, but he hasn't played as well as Munoz. I see bots.
You
I
know,
see you.
hey,
But I'm not.
hey,
Nothing's happening.
guys, tell me what the biggest transformation has been seeing Munoz into your lineup in comparison to when
my
you find
gosh.
and so forth.
Over Joe Ward and Clyde?
Mm-hmm. What's been the biggest transformation? What is the best part of his skill set that transforms and transcends that position for Crystal Palace?
Energy.
Energy, yeah. His ability to attack and defend. Like, you'll see him next to Onana at times. I promise you. He'll be in your
Rich.
box.
I'm making one last change,
Please do it, Onana.
and this is not going to be very well received.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
That's a team. That's a team.
Remember
I'm
what were
not
the
lying,
rules?
I won't lie.
Only,
Listen,
only,
no, Kobe Mainoo is cold. I'm not going to lie to you. So I don't even agree with that one.
Well, I'm in
Mainoo is
control.
cold.
So... I mean, I can give you back Dallo if you really want.
I would like to take back Kobe, you know, if I had a choice, but
you can have Dallo.
I'll take it.
Kobe's got to be in the team.
Even Richard say, "Come on, JC, but you can't let that man."
It's a democracy,
boy. So how are we feeling about that combined 11?
It was better than what Box said.
Yeah. Wait, let's see. Bots, what are you saying? You agree with it?
You want
yeah, he's being too loud. Anyway.
Nah. No. You can never remove Mainoo. Oh, Ericsson, I give you that. Ericsson, as you heard me, I was like a little bit, but I was like on his day, which will be Monday.
On a level,
you will
though,
understand
what are you
why.
About when you said Ericsson, though, that is that was poor from you. I can't lie.
That was a sympathy vote.
Are we doing a delusion 11 or combined 11? What is this?
You made a delusion 11. I don't know.
Like, bro, literally put Maguire in.
All right, cool.
I'll take that. I'll take that because he's been our best and most reliable centre back all season. So, I'll take the corn for that one.
Bots, I'll give you the floor again. Yeah, we're gonna go through this again, but everyone's available. So injuries don't matter. Suspensions don't matter. Change this team to be the best team you can make, but you still have to have at least 3 players from each team.
Okay.
What do you do now?
I'm taking out Gay for Martinez. Lisandro Martinez, if he's available, he has to be in there. El Martinez right above. There you go. We're putting in Casemiro and oh Lord, Mainoo is cold. No. Okay, we're gonna leave Mainoo in there. We're gonna leave Bruno in there. We're taking out Mitchell. We're gonna put in an inform. You said everybody is informed and available, right?
I never said inform. I just said everyone's fit.
Basically, it's the best 11 you can pick.
I have to put it back Mitchell in there. Okay, all right. Mitchell has to come back. Sorry, Luke Shaw. I just don't know who he is now anymore. Martinez, Anderson is fantastic on passing range, impeccable, really, really good. Dallo is nice. That work rate on the right is great as well. Mainoo stays, Bruno stays. I want to put Casemiro in there, but there's no space. Eze, I love Eze over Elise. I love Eze, so Eze has to stay in there. And I'm taking out Mateta and putting Højlund, and we'll still have 3. Do we still have 3 Palace players? Let's see. Yeah, we have. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I think that's the best 11 I can pick from.
And I can make a change to that.
I can put a certain Czech Decore in there.
Check Decore in there for Kobe Mainoo.
Yeah, Kobe's cold, but he ain't Czech.
But he ain't Czech.
What? This is because it's Kobe's breakout season, and the data that you're working with is a little bit skewed. But Mainoo, guys, Mainoo is something else. He's not for the future. He's for right now.
No, he's good. He is good. but he's not Czech.
He ain't Czech. Czech is a player that Liverpool and Man United both tried to buy him last season for £70+ million. He ain't doing that for Kobe, even now.
CM,
And
do you
I will
believe
tell you for
this?
free that he's not been our bigger miss, bigger than Eze and Elise.
Facts.
Yeah.
Him getting injured ruined our whole season.
Guys, Mainoo,
If he stayed fit, Roy would still be our manager.
That's actually a fact, you know.
That's facts, isn't it?
Yeah.
CM, help me out here, homie. That killing me. That
Bro,
was
you know what?
what do you
I
say?
can understand both sides because just like watching these guys, watching some Palace games, I understand how important Chikure is. You know, I understand how crucial he is to that Palace team. Kobe, he's come into the lineup, especially since recovering from his preseason injury, and he's really established himself in this side. Arguably, he may have started from the very beginning of the season based off of how he impressed and was working his way up in the ranks of Ten Hag and building trust. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one, you know, because I want to back Kobe, understand his skill set in terms of the way he gets forward, the way he can control the game. I think in terms of all the Manchester United midfielders this season, he's shown that level of temperament and control that others have lacked. But, you know, so that's my argument for Kobe. In terms of all of that stuff, he's a class above all of our Manchester United midfielders, even Bruno in terms of temperament in that midfield, you know. So there's always improvements you can make in terms of positional sense, where to be on the pitch, defensively as well. But he has shown a high level and a high potential to grow upon and improve upon.
I want to piggyback off of Box's comment about, you know, Sam Johnstone is actually really good quality as well. You know, that's somebody that, you know,
Absolutely.
You could make the case for him against Onana, but come on, you know, it's because if we're gonna base it on Onana this season, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we have not utilized Onana. We have not seen his qualities properly in the Premier League, and that's because the team hasn't been playing to Onana's strengths. So, you know,
but Onana's not been playing to his strengths.
Well, post AFCON Onana, like CM mentioned, is a different kind of Onana. That's the Onana we signed.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, he has, as of recent weeks, he's done better, a lot better. In fact, he saved you.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, quite literally as well. So,
and also
that
killed
was a
our
bad
Champions
joke.
League
Sorry.
hopes, but you know, it's all good. Sorry, JC. Go ahead, brother.
So, we're going to round out this stream. But before we do that, we have to go through everyone's score predictions. CM, I'm throwing you under the bus because you was the first person to jump in. What's your score prediction here, mate? Put in the chat as well if you've got a score prediction. Also, apologies for not reading out any of the chat. It's just going too fast today.
I'm going to go Crystal Palace 2, Manchester United 2.
Mm-hmm. Bots?
I'll even tell you where the goals are going to come from. Crystal Palace is going to score first. It's going to be Mateta scoring first. Garnacho is going to score to equalize. And then Bruno is going to score a penalty to make it 2-1. And right at the end of the game, when Crystal Palace is trying to go for it to get the equalizer, Garnacho will get his second, making it 3-1. 3-1 United.
Mm-hmm. Rich, I think I'll go first for the Palace. I'm saying this with chest. 3-1 Palace. You, man, are dreadful. And I hope that I don't get clipped because I probably will. But I'm saying that with chest. I think we're going to win. I've just got some mad confidence of how Glasgow's making us play at the moment. And with how you guys have been slagging off your team, I don't know how the hell you guys could predict a win. Rich?
I'll be upset if we lose this.
I would.
And I don't know when the last time I've been able to say that.
Especially against United.
It's just, yeah. I'm going to go 2-1 Palace. But guys, don't be surprised if you score more than that. Don't be.
Hey,
No, honestly,
United. Pick up yourself.
Glasner's been doing the madness.
Chaotic 3-3 draw.
and I think in the last 3 games that said us, we haven't been able to get a win either. Crystal Palace have been able to get the better of us in those games too, so it wouldn't come as a surprise.
Stop being so defeatist.
Old Trafford's our home
We're gonna win. We're gonna win.
Old Trafford's become like a home ground too. So.
Own goal or our goal score. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Back the team.
But bro, listen, I'm being. This is a heart to heart.
Clip
bro.
it.
You see all of this. You see all of this optimism.
We don't mind.
You see all of this optimism. It's only gonna break your heart down the line, bro.
The thing is,
you
really
don't forget that we support Palace. Our heart's been broken many times.
The thing is, we're saying this.
To worry.
We're saying this, but it wouldn't surprise us if we lost, because it wouldn't affect me at all. Oh no, we lost to Man United. Oh well. If you lost to us, it's a long day. 3-1 Palace, mate. A lot of Palace fans going 3-1 Palace. Supernet's going 3-2. I'm guessing to Man United. 1-1 from Pat. 3-1 from Animal. Stephanie says 2-3. Oh no or oh nana. Let's go. Let's get it. Maguire will score 2 brilliant own goals.
No, I'm not gonna lie. If we score a corner against you, I'm dunking on every Man United fan.
Yeah, because we haven't scored a corner all year. We've taken 172 corners this season, and we haven't scored from one.
It will happen. It will happen. I'm telling you.
I hope so. I really hope so.
It will either be that or we give away a penalty. Those seem to be givens in every Manchester United game right now.
United will be winning and concede 2 goals in 96th and 98th minute as usual. So Fergie time's finally playing against you. It's about time.
See, that was us under Roy.
Oh, of course. It still could be us though. Let's be real. Let's be real. Oh, Super Nick saying she's predicting a Man United loss. Long day. 3-0. Palace ain't conceding. 2-0 Palace. Mateta at least saying a Maguire own goal. Pat is trolling. Wharton should feast on all that space that Manu leave in the midfield.
That stat is wild on corners, Like, do you guys have a set piece coach or you're
No, it's our goalkeeper coach. That's our set piece coach. And the thing is, that's not even a joke. It's serious.
It is. Our set piece routines have improved under Glasner. We are a little bit more creative. We just can't put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we have actually lately Maguire scored from a corner. So actually, instead of the Garnacho brace that I predicted, Maguire might even get one from a corner kick, header in there, So make sure you defend them corners well,
100%. Before we round up, we need to give these man a shout out because we really appreciate them coming on. CM, please shout out your cardio simulator on Twitch.
His brother.
Oh, bleep test.
Hey, shout out to the man there, man. Eagle Eye Foot watching every time.
How about the bicep curls?
Or the hydrate.
You know what I mean? People try and say they're not really bicep curls, but it does the same job. But
I'm saving up for that weight invest in the summer. Don't you worry.
Ooh. Yeah. Streams are postponed still. I'm not gonna lie. But you can find me at CM22 ENT on YouTube. The United Twins are always there on hand to review a day after the game. Big ups to the man there.
Bots, please shout out your channel and the quiz that you're going to be doing later.
Yes. I want to say big shout out. Thank you to JC. Thank you to Rich. Thank you to Eagle Eye Football. Like, you guys are such great people that I want to just reciprocate the energy. My name is Botswana Papi, or short Bots, or Papi for short. And you can find me on
Bots.
Football Power Hour.
No one's calling you Papi.
No Diddy, bro. No Diddy.
Hey man, hey! You haven't hung out with my,
get this guy out of here,
Latin
man.
American friends, Come on, Papi. So anyway, yeah, no,
It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good at all.
hold on. Let me finish the plug.
Hey, boss, that's what they be calling you in your special shop, innit? Your special
Get
shop.
out of here.
The nightclub.
Hey, get out of here, man.
Listen. And I was gonna shout out, like at 10 p.m. UK time or 5 p.m. Eastern time, I do the happy hour. We play a quiz. And oh Lord.
No. Bots, continue your thing.
UK fan down. You're my favorite person, man. I want to
No, you're supposed to be backing me here.
No, UK has been on a mad one all show. So big up to them, man. But yeah, the happy hour. Every Friday we play a quiz on my channel. Make sure you check it out, subscribe, and also participate in the quiz. Yeah,
What
you can
time
find
is
it
it
at
tonight?
Football Power Hour. We will be there tonight for sure. So
What time?
10 p.m. 10 p.m.
Are you sure we're starting at 10?
We're starting at 10. We're starting at 10.
At half 11.
No.
I
had Bots went on the wrong stream.
Yeah,
Bro,
Street said
yeah.
Bots went live on the wrong stream yard.
It was a madness last time. I went on the wrong platform, and then it was crazy. But
Long
today I actually just need to finish up the quiz. It's almost done. So like at 10 p.m. We'll be going 10 p.m. sharp. Be there or be square. And thank you. This is a great preview, Rich. I feel like we've done the preview that needs to be done. So big up to everybody, and see you guys there.
Mm-hmm. Guys, like, share, subscribe. We have just hit 2,000 subscribers on this channel, and we are very appreciative for everyone that has joined. Please remember to hit that notification bell so you get notified when we go live and 30 minutes before a video comes out.
Look out for Bots' rap battle coming soon.
This summer,
Bots versus Tariq, the rap battle.
yes,
Yes, definitely, and that is going to be another main channel rap battle. Just because they are so fun, and they're only going to be done once a year, maybe, so that's what makes it even better. But yeah, we've got a new goal. I discussed it a little bit with Dan, so I'm just telling you this now, Rich. Our goal was meant to be 2,000 subs by the end of the year, but we've done it in 5 months. So we might as well go for 2.5 by the end of the year.
Yeah, why not?
Come on.
Why not?
Come on,
So guys, get subscribing, tell your friends, and hopefully you like what we're doing here. But just rounding out this, I'm gonna finish with a quote from Glasner in his press conference today.
Good is not good enough. Wait, what was it?
A certain Oliver Glasner said, "Of course, Man United are a big club, but with respect, we're gonna win. Up the Palace. Ego!"